Hello everyone! Welcome to Use the Wings engine. This tutorial mainly introduces in an operating system with a desktop system, how to deploy the project. First, let's take a look at the Wings engine. The deployment environment supported by Wings engine. The device in this deployment environment can be a computer or a server. Today's tutorial mainly introduces in the desktop operating system, how to deploy the editor of Wings engine and the Wings engine viewer, then combined with web sharing and third-party browsers for project deployment. First, let's introduce the deployment on the local computer. When deploying on a local computer, customers need to install the editor and the editor of Wings engine on the local computer. If the computer is directly connected to the LED screen, you can play it in full screen or turn on web sharing. Then all computers in the local LAN. You can view it on the big screen through the browser. Here we take Windows 10 desktop system as an example. If the project file deployment method is used, we need to use the editor of Wings engine editor to deploy it. First, the customer needs to go to the official website to download the appropriate installation package. On the official website's download page, we can see that the visualization of Wings engine. Versions suitable for various operating systems. Let's download the 64-bit version for Windows. Click to download. After downloading, we will get an installation package. Double-click to install. Select I agree. Click Next. Here we choose an installation path. Click Install. After installation, and log in to use the software normally. Next, we will send the project file to the client, which is this DT file. After the customer gets this DT file, they can import the project files into the software. After importing the project files, the customer can directly view it in full screen or share it as a web link. Then copy the link and view it in the browser. In the browser, we can click the hidden button to hide the toolbar or play in full screen. We can also exit by pressing the ESC key. Next, let's take a look at the deployment of the deployment file. The deployment file needs to be used with to view it. First, customers need to go to the official website to download the appropriate Wings engine viewer installer. On the download page, we switch to the Wings engine viewer. You can see here there are versions suitable for different operating systems. Let's download the 64-bit version for Windows. Click to download. After downloading and installing, a shortcut will be set in the selected directory. Let's double-click to start. Wings Engine Viewer doesn't require login. It can be used directly after starting. According to the previous deployment file, the deployment process, the customer needs to copy the project code first, and then provide it to us. Then we export the deployment file. Editor to export the deployment file. Paste the project code in. And then start exporting. Select the saved path. In this way, we export the deployment file of this project. We send the deployment file to the customer, and the customer can view it in the Wings engine. To import this deployment file, after importing the deployment file, customers can directly play and view in full screen. The toolbar here is the same as the one in web sharing. We can also exit full screen by pressing the ESC key. Customers can also share this project as a web link, and then view it in the browser. Next, let's introduce deploying on the server. When deploying through the server, we usually use the server as a data transmission tool. We will not edit the project on the server. By opening the Start the Wings Engine's SaaS service, all computers that can access the server can operate the project through the browser. If it is a project file deployment, customers can directly open the editor. Open the editor of Wings Engine, and then import the project file. It should be noted that when deploying the project file on the server only acts as a data transmission, so the configuration will not be high, especially without a graphics card. So when importing the project, you don't need to open it. Click Import. In this way, we have completed the project import. We can change the web sharing IP in the Settings Center to the public IP address of the server. Then we directly in My Project to turn on the web sharing of the project. We can see that the IP address is the public network address. After copying this address, we can use any local computer and open it through a browser. As we mentioned before, after handing over the project files to the client can continue to edit it. But if it is deployed on a cloud server, it is difficult to edit directly according to the server's configuration. At this time, we can on the server. We can start the SaaS service on the server. We can set the IP address of the SaaS service. And then click Start. In this way, we started the SaaS service. SaaS service is a paid service. If your account has not purchased this service, you can contact customer service to purchase it. After starting the SaaS service, we can add users in the user management, set account passwords and roles, click OK. In this way, we have created a sub-seat. Next, we can copy this address and then directly on any local computer and access it through the browser. Enter the account and password. And click Login. We can directly import the project locally. And modify the project locally. Or share it on the web. Local modifications will be synchronized to the server. If it's a deployment file delivery, customers can, on the server, directly open the Wings Engine Viewer and provide us with the project code. Then import the deployment file in My Project. Similarly, we don't need to open the project when importing. So here, we also uncheck the box. Click Import. Then we have completed. Deploy the deployment file on the server. Next, we can also in the Settings Center change the web sharing IP here to your public IP or local area network IP. Then in the interface of My Project, turn on the web sharing of the project. Select the shared address link. In this way, we can use this link on any local computer to access this large screen through the browser. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you next time.